I wrote down here just this thought. It's not what we do once in a while that counts, but our consistent action that makes the difference. It's not what we do once in a while that counts, but our consistent action over time is what makes the difference. So last week, well, actually for the last couple weeks, we've been talking about to change your life, you have to change something. To change your life, to change where you are. If you're not happy where you are right now, financially, emotionally, socially, with the spouse, significant other, in order to change, you, underline you, have to make some changes. I wrote down in the last week or so that today matters. I encouraged you to pick an activity, one activity, something that you could do, that you could change, some small thing. Like maybe this week, I'm really going to practice like crazy on that expired script or that expired objection handler to make sure that I get that happen. Or that I am really going to, this week, instead of prospecting an hour and a half or 2 hours a day, this week I'm going to do my 3 hours. I'm going to do that this week. Or maybe this week I'm really going to preview those 5 houses a day that Neil's been trying to get me to preview. Maybe this week is the week I'm going to do it. Or maybe the famous, this week instead of eating 5 desserts, I'm only going to eat 3 desserts. Maybe that's the one that you're going to work on this week. But whatever it is, choose it and get started on it. We also talked about last week that you said that if you talk to 840 people over the next 30 days, that there's no way you couldn't take some listings and make some sales. Right? Say yes. Yes. Did you change your mind about that, or do you still believe? You believe? Yes. I like that. Do you believe that if you did talk to 840 different people in the month of November, that that would make a November to remember? Okay, we still believe that thought. Good. So November now has 16 work days left. Write that down. 1, 6. 5 are gone. We started with 21. 5 are gone. So that means if you believe that 840 contacts are what you need to do, then in the first 5 work days, you should have made 200 contacts last week. 200 contacts last week. You said 840 will get you some business. 5 days are gone. 40 contacts a day, 200 contacts. Or we talked about making sure that one of the activities was make sure that you hold a couple of open houses. So, did you hold an open house last weekend? Okay, we have some yeses. Good. I like that. 1. Yes, I heard. Okay. So, we talked about calling all your past clients. We talked about calling all the leads that you've generated over time and asking them for appointments. So I know that sometimes it gets confusing, and I know that sometimes we get lost in what we're supposed to do. So I created a little sheet, okay? Because I don't want, here's what's happening. November's getting away from us. Today's the 7th. Today's the 7th of November. When I talked to you, it was the 31st of October. when we had this conversation. We're now the 7th of November. 5 great work days are gone. You got to want it. We already talked earlier. The business is out there. The business is consistent. It's happening. So I created this sheet. This week I'll make 200 contacts. This week I'll do an open house. This week I'll attend the Blitz Tuesday. This week I'll preview 25 houses. This week I'll see 25 expireds. This week I'll work on 1 script. This week I'll talk to 50 past clients. This week I'll call the leads I have, hot and medium hot, and ask them to set an appointment this week to buy or sell. Because my family and I deserve a great holiday season. In the last 2 weeks, we opened 15 transactions that will close before the end of the year. There are still plenty of deals that can open over the next couple weeks that can and will close. We're opening 7, 10, 20-day escrows. There's a lot of cash deals out there. Open those escrows. Look for those buyers. Look for those sellers. And the only way you can do it is by talking to more people. Remember what I said. It's not what you do once in a while that counts, but our consistent actions that make a difference. So I've got this sheet. If you don't have one, you can pick it up later. It'll remind you of the activities that you need to do to make this a November to remember. Draw a line in your paper.